Today we're going to be taking a look at some audio visualizers I made, and these are simply materials attached to an audio source. I was going to kind of release these individually, but I decided that is too many videos of all kind of the same thing. So we're just going to release these 9 as one video and one package on Patreon. So how we're going to demo this is I'm just going to go ahead and click one of these to show it is playing music. And since we're going to look at all of them, I don't want to enable all of these audios all at once. That's going to be chaos. So I'm going to just do one, show that it is playing music on click, and then we're going to disable the music so we don't get any sound feedback, and look at all of them. So let's go ahead and take a look at our first one. I guess this will be the first one. Alright, so let's go ahead and enable more and just see how they work. So music is still playing. I just, don't want all of that trying to talk over it. So let's take a look at our next one. This one is called a ripple. That was heat map. And these work on objects or planes, anything you want. Attach it however you feel like it. This one does like I don't know, it's called ripple. This is what it looks like. And these are all customizable. We'll take a look at that after we see what they currently do. Here is a mesh ripple. So this one doesn't actually deform. This one doesn't deform the mesh. This one actually goes ahead and give the song a second to start playing. It starts deforming the mesh. Next up we have our kaleidoscope. And this one looks a little bit better with some other setting options, but you can get the idea from how it's about to work here in a second. And this is simply a texture. It splits it into different slices, I suppose. And it's a little hard to tell with the current settings what it's actually doing, but it deforms it similar to our ripple and a couple other effects we've done before. Here we have our circular audio visualizer, which starts out pretty small and then grows into a ring with our different audio waves lengths and what volume they're triggering at. And all of these are pretty customizable, so you can configure it slightly differently, maybe what you would like. This is horizontal bars. I guess that's horizontal. That's actually kind of vertical, but it's more of like a bar, as horizontal bars isn't the correct name, but it's like a full volume volumizer. And vertical bars is what you probably think of when you think of music visualizer bars. So let it get going here, and this is probably normally what you'd think of. It's a little insensitive. You can up the sensitivity so the bars are more visible, of course, but you can get the idea here. There's your different audio channels and the volume they're going at. Over here is a simple color pulse. It just goes from a flat color, whatever your normal color is, to the color you set the pulse at. So when the volume gets loud enough, it goes to the pulse color, and when it's lower, it goes back to whatever color it is originally. And then finally, for our last one, we have waveform, which is something you've probably seen before, probably the most common. You see it on like sci-fi robots. Old school sci-fi robots are talking, they do like a waveform on their mouth, something like that. And that's what that looks like. Now that we've seen them all, let's take a look at how these work. And of course, these are all networked, so they'll be playing on multiplayer and all that good stuff. Everybody will see the same thing. Let's assume we're working with this kaleidoscope here. Let's just look at this one since we didn't get a fantastic demo of it earlier. What we'll do is we'll go in play mode, not build and test, and go ahead and travel over here to it so we can look at it. We will start it up. We're gonna go back into our scene here, and what we're gonna do is just adjust our, well, we'll find it first. Let's click on this one, go down to this specific instance of the shader, and you can see we can adjust, there's settings to adjust here. So we can adjust the distortion strength, the zoom modulation, and the base rotation. So you can rotate it however you want. There, the rotation speed, and even the number of slices that it breaks the image into, and of course our image itself. Of course, you could change this image to anything you would like. So let's just pick, we always use the same images for our demos here. We'll pick like this one or this one. Why not? Card maybe. But you can see you can get various effects based on your image and changing exactly how it looks. Anyways, you can do a lot with this. It's highly customizable and I don't know, kind of interesting. You do see audio visualizers occasionally in Worlds. I don't think I've ever seen any of these specifically. Maybe one of them, but they're definitely something a little different to make your world stand out from the crowd. So that's kind of how they work, and they will be released as one package on my Patreon. Yeah, that's kind of it. And that's it. Hopefully this gave you a solid start. Whether you're building your first VRChat world or just looking to add more polish to the one you've already got, these little systems can go a long way toward making your world feel interactive and alive. If you want to try this asset out before dropping it into your own project, I've got a public demo world set up. You can jump in, push buttons, test things out, and see exactly how it works in action. I always try to keep the demo world updated with the latest version, so it's a great place to explore and get ideas. And if this video helped you, or if you're using any of my tools in your world, consider supporting me on Patreon. It helps me carve out more time to make these assets, keep them updated, and put together more tutorials like this one. Even a small pledge goes a long way and means a lot. There's a link to both the demo world and the Patreon in the description below, so feel free to check them out. Thanks again for watching, and as always, see you in the next one.